Good morning and welcome back to the channel. We are starting this week off in the Chicago area. Right? There is plenty of traffic coming at us right now, so I just know that we're going to get a little further and that's going to be our story. Just not right now.
It is currently 7:30 in the morning and we are getting closer and closer to downtown Chicago.
Yeah. We are picking up today in Calumet City, I think that's how you say it, Illinois, which is
suburb of Chicago.
Yeah, it's just on the southwest side, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. And we're picking up at a place called Zenith Global. And I mean, it sounds like a technology kind of place. If you're as old as we are, you might remember Zenith Electronics, like Zenith TVs and stuff. So, you know, he's thinking, yeah, we're going to go pick up TVs or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, okay, except our delivery.
It's at a popcorn warehouse.
So that delivers in Sioux City.
Tomorrow.
Okay, it is currently Monday. And we just passed O'Hare Airport, and man, it's got us talking about airports. You know, I've looked it up before, and according to all of the information that I can find, Dallas-Fort Worth Airport is the busiest airport in the world.
Not the biggest, the busiest.
Yeah, the biggest by volume.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure where this week is going to go. You will also remember last week that we were still having issues with our APU, so much so that the fuel efficiency department basically sent us an email going, WTF. Speaking of that being our story, here we are.
We caught up to the traffic.
Yes, we did. Anyway, so I don't know if we're going to maybe see our truck back in the shop this week. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really know what's left to do except for maybe changing the whole entire AC unit at this point. I don't know. But we will find out, and if you come along with us, you'll find out too. So we'll see you guys in a bit. This is what Chicago traffic looks like. Apparently, road rules only apply to some guys. I mean, yeah, look at that. Look at that Dodge up there. Yep, he's just line jumping. You got these guys that are waiting to merge in like you're supposed to, and then you got these other guys that are just like, you know what, rules aren't for me. These are 71-ounce jars, and I think they're going to be for like popcorn storage. So yeah, 7,200 pounds, 28 pallets. That's a pretty dang full trailer. And just, you know, in case you didn't catch that, they're not TVs or electronics of any sort. So now, I'm betting these are probably going to go to Jolly Time popcorn or something. There is a Jolly Time in Sioux City. So, yeah, next time you go to Costco and buy popcorn, it's probably going to be in one of those jars. being in the shop is fun. It's not. But sometimes it pays off. Like on this load. We got that load of containers delivered indeed to Jolly Time Popcorn in Sioux City. And then went back up to the yard for maintenance, right? Well, we got our grease job done, but the mechanic that worked on the APU swears this is one of those electrical gremlin things that I think they're probably going to chase it right up until we get this truck out of the fleet. After we got done with that, we took the truck and went over to the Loves to stay the night so we could take showers and have coffee in the morning and all that good stuff. So we pull up to the fuel pump to get fuel, and this was our neighbor, and he was over there just kind of ignoring me for a while, but the driver seen me looking, waving at him. So he went in intentionally and opened the window and took the cushion out of his seat so that the dog could come over and say hi to me. He's
Golden retriever.
Yep, he's adorable. Sometimes the perks of our job are just intangible. We are currently carrying 312 empty 55-gallon barrels. And we are headed down to Louisiana. And we've been to this particular destination before, but it was before we started doing YouTube. In fact, I think it's one of those places that we went that really made me decide to start doing YouTube. St. Martinville, Louisiana.
Somebody's backyard is where we're going.
It was tricky last time we were down there. I don't know. It's been 5 years since we were there.
Almost 5 years to the day.
Yeah. Hard telling what it looks like now. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. I love doing honey loads because they're all like this.
They're always different.
We will see you guys closer to Louisiana. can see, this driveway is not very wide at all. It's barely wide enough for the semi to fit down here. And when we got here before, they were replacing the water main down there where we turned around in the main driveway. So we couldn't pull in there and turn around down there. We had to turn around out here, and we had already approached this corner here nose first. And so I think we'd even started to turn the corner before they came out, and we're
I
like,
was
no,
already
no.
dedicated around the turn before
Yeah.
I realized I couldn't make it.
Yeah, so in this little space right here, we had to execute a K-turn, and the gal that lives in that house was very adamant about not being on her property, and then the utility company owns that property to
And
the
there was a
right.
cable across there I couldn't cross.
Right.
Couldn't go through.
Right. And so it was quite the trick to get backed in. Getting out of here was pretty easy.
Getting out of here is just what I'm
Yeah.
doing now.
Yeah, you just pull straight out and off you go. So we got down here and pulled brakes and parked at about 6:45 this morning. It is now 8:45, and I mean, they hand unloaded every single barrel in this truck. There were 312 of them. Started out with 2 guys in the trailer unstacking them, and then about 10 to 12 guys grabbing them off the back of the trailer and stacking them in the building. Quite noisy. Last time we were here, we really didn't get out of the truck much. This time we got out, obviously, and we ended up scoring. This is just beeswax, and that is organic honey. That's 2 quarts of organic honey that they just
About
gave us.
$5,000 worth right
I
there.
don't know about that. This stuff, according to Google, goes for $8 to $14 a pound. I would estimate that we've got about a half a pound here, and it looks like it probably needs to be filtered a little bit, but otherwise, it's pretty good. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but I'm sure we'll figure out something. This operation,
7,000 beehives.
he said they ship out somewhere around 62 barrels of honey a week. And we figured out that honey weighs about 12 pounds a gallon, and we estimate at 53 gallons per barrel. If you estimate that out, the weight of the barrel is about 42 pounds. So each barrel full of honey weighs approximately 680 pounds. And old boy was back there, maybe 150 pounds, back there bucking these almost 700-pound barrels. According to the foreman, he's the hardest working man on the crew. I believe
Probably
it.
one of the oldest by looking at him.
680 pounds a barrel, 62 barrels.
43,300 pounds
Yeah,
of product is what I've got.
right. So then over the course of a year, we estimate they ship somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 million pounds of honey just from this operation. And so that roughly equates out to 175 to 200,000 gallons of honey just from this operation here. He said there's another place just down the road here that has 50,000 beehives. That's this load of honey out of St. Martinville, Louisiana. I love this place. And
We will be back.
oh yeah. So on that note, it is currently Saturday morning.
9 a.m.
Yep, we are headed back up to Sioux City. And we have to be there Monday before 3.
3 p.m.
So
We're heading back to the house.
we'll see. And so will you if you stick around. But either way, we'll see you later down the road. Good morning. It is Monday. We are at the Marks lot in Sioux City dropping this load of honey. We did indeed stop by the house, stayed the night, and dropped off our own personal load of honey at our house, and got the bikes out and went for a ride. Yeah. We left the house at about 10 o'clock in the morning, and it was a decent-ish temperature, but by the time we got home at 5:30 last night, it was no longer decent. It was very hot. There were a lot of firsts yesterday. It was my first time riding in really hot weather. I've done it as a passenger, and it sucks, and I get really crabby when I get really hot. Nothing new when I'm a rider. I have a bit better airflow, but still really crabby when I get hot. I actually let go of my handlebars for the first time while I was moving to adjust my gloves. It was super quick. I had our first real run-in with a dog. Dog saw him and started chasing him, which meant that it's now in between us. And I'm just like, you just imagine all the worst case scenarios. Fortunately, the dog didn't realize I was behind him until I was already around him, so that's all right. Oh, it was my first time riding with my half helmet on. I wasn't expecting it to be so hard to breathe out, but I struggled with that. On the way back, he didn't see it, but somebody had killed a bunch of snapping turtles and then just jammed them onto the fence posts outside their property.
It's kind of a common thing in the Midwest where we live at. They'll do catfish, spoonbill, turtles, cow heads sometimes.
Really?
They let the birds pick everything off of them and leave the skulls.
Okay, well, I hadn't thought about that. All I know is that it looked like something out of some kind of messed up horror movie, and it smelled atrocious. Otherwise, I think we had a pretty good time. Of course, we stopped and restocked his cigar supply, and we also stopped and had dinner with the kiddo. It's always good to see her. We went to a Mexican restaurant that had this. Not sure what I think about that. It was a little weird.
If a robot brings you your food, how much do you tip?
Another question, kind of sort of we were asked whenever we picked up this load, was do we know what happens to the honey that we pick up? My simple answer is go to the grocery store and look there.
Odds are it came from Sioux Honey.
I did a quick Google search to find out how many honey cooperatives there are in the country, and there was no definitive answer, but this is the largest. In 2022, there were 2.67 million bee colonies producing honey.
I don't know how many bees are in a colony, but a lot.
Those 2.67 million colonies of bees produced 175 million pounds of honey. And save you doing the math, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of about 10,500,000 gallons of honey.
Minimum.
That is a lot of honey, folks.
Your confirmation number for order 0815868 is number 1,752,698,152,464.
That's a big number.
So now you know, 10 million gallons of honey roughly are produced every year in this country. Those little bees are some industrious little dudes. Anything of note for you this week?
Air conditioner's still not working.
Is anybody surprised at this point?
Like, share, subscribe.
Tell all of your friends, but in the meantime, thanks for watching. See you, bye. And one last thing, I kept looking at my bag, wondering why it was so flat. I didn't bring my billfold. Yeah, oops.